What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. So I'm going to do a little mini Q&A. Somebody has been asking me why the energy, basically been looking to me for an energy update, and I'm not really like an energy update type person, but I will say that it has been, the vibe overall has been pretty crazy lately. Definitely, let's get into it. So if for those of you that don't know what the Schumann resonance is, basically science, says that everything is energy, everything is vibration, everything is frequency, all this stuff. All of our particles, to make a long story short, all of our particles are being fueled by all this life force energy and blah blah blah, vibration basics 101. If you don't know anything about this, please go back and revisit my video. That's vibration, frequency, something 101. Okay, basics of energy. So we know through science and quantum physics and all the stuff, that there is a specific overall frequency of Earth, and this is called the Schumann resonance. And they have a machine, I forget if it's like what kind of graph it is or whatever, but they can graph and keep track of the overall frequency, the collective frequency basically of Earth, all of Earth. And so this means when certain natural disasters and whatnot happen, they can kind of see the earthquake coming, or they can see the tornado happening or whatever. And this all affects the electromagnetic grid around the planet Earth. And this graph can pick up on the change and the shift in frequencies. Now, the basic baseline frequency has been at a specific point for a very long time, but then in the most recent years, especially like I think the last like 3 years or something, they've been seeing a complete change to the Schumann resonance, and it's average, it's been skyrocketing. The frequency has been so much higher on the planet these days, and that is because people are out here raising their vibration in whatever way, shape, or form. Even if you're not spiritual, doing whatever to improve yourself, your soul, and your life, all of this is raising the vibration of planet Earth. Each and every person contributes. We have an aura, an energy field, right? Everybody else does too. So basically you take all this energy, add it up, and you get the Schumann resonance. So this has been skyrocketing through the roof, you guys. This means the vibe is changing, and this is gonna have you feeling shifts in your everyday life and your energetic field, because your energetic field is constantly interacting with the world around us and all the frequencies around us. So we're getting all kinds of solar flares to the planet which affect us. Keep in mind, a lot of stuff we can't see or consciously perceive of, but it's happening nonetheless. It's kind of like how the ocean and the tide is extremely affected by the moon and the moon's positioning, right? So depending on where the moon is and the moon's position, the tide is gonna either be going out or coming back in. But regardless, look at how much that one planetary alignment of the moon changing positions, how much that affects the water here on Earth. Well, we are water beings, right? We're water beings, so we're that much affected. Also, you can look at the ocean. If the water in the ocean is being affected, you can bet that the water in your body is also being affected. And this is going to affect people in different ways. Some people are going to get more energy and be completely thriving and really utilizing that energy, and other people that are maybe a little bit lower vibe, that have a lot of trapped lower frequencies in their body. As the frequency raises on planet Earth, you're no longer able to contain these lower frequencies. The vibration's raising. It's no longer compatible with Earth. Your blockages are no longer compatible with the vibration that's on planet Earth right now. Just simple science. So what's going to happen? All your stuff is going to start coming to the surface, right? You're going to start seeing your blockages out in your external world, because these are things that you need to take care of, that things that you need to advance in, or things that you need to overcome before you can get to this frequency. You need to raise your frequency, and that's going to happen in whatever way, shape, or form. The universe is going to make sure of that. So for example, it might seem a little negative, like say the vibration of the planet spikes, and you are learning the lesson of trying to create a financial abundance and a financial freedom for yourself, and you need to learn to take charge in life and do all this stuff, blah blah blah. That might look like the frequency of Earth spiking, and then you might lose your job, because that's gonna kick you towards your next step. That's gonna kick you towards becoming an entrepreneur, or doing your next step, or forcing you to go to your next phase in your life and to look at certain aspects of yourself. So your frequency is starting to raise and become a match. And then boom, before you know it, you were in this corporate job and you were upset because you got fired during the frequency spike. And then now, you're all the way up here, you're an entrepreneur, you create things that you love, maybe you love making jewelry and maybe you're monetizing that or something. That is a higher frequency than you were at, and you need a little kick in the butt to get there. The spikes in the frequency and the Schumann resonance on Earth is gonna bring about that, because two frequencies that are not, Earth cannot have two overall frequencies. It can. As everybody else raises their frequency, and say maybe you don't want to, or you're like a little behind or whatever, we're gonna bring you along. It's gonna help bump you into those things that your soul wanted to do, to basically get to where your soul wanted to go in this lifetime. Okay, so that's why some people love the energy spikes and some people it's really rough on. I kind of feel the same way about like full moons and all the stuff. Some people, their lives are imploding, and some people are really like in their element. Like me, it gives me more energy to clean my house. I love full moon energy because it gives me so much life, right? So there's that. That's one of the reasons why life is so kind of chaotic right now. With that being said, as the frequency raises here on planet Earth, it's bringing to the surface a lot of collective blockages that we have and societal beliefs that we have that are probably no longer serving us and whatnot. All the lower frequency type ways, they're coming to the surface. That's why a lot of people are way more knowing about like fake news and the politicians being corrupt, and people are less trusting. People are researching conspiracy theories, and people are looking into like the music industry and all these industries that are kind of monetizing on people's suffering, and all this stuff. And so all this stuff kind of comes to the surface that's low vibe, because it's got to come out. We got to get rid of it to be able to raise our frequency to that next level, to where we're going, right? And I wholeheartedly believe, bear with me, I wholeheartedly believe that raising our vibration is raising our consciousness, expanding our awareness, but it's kind of like we're getting back to that heaven on earth type mentality, right? Where as we raise our vibration, we're literally going to be in other dimensions. And I don't mean in other dimensions. Other dimensions are simultaneously happening right now, all around us, right? I can't perceive of the 6th dimension right now because I'm of the 3D, but it's all around me. It's right here. There's probably a 6th dimensional being standing right next to me, but I can't perceive of them because I don't have the 6th dimensional senses. And that's where like your third eye comes in to play. And that's when people's being psychic, I hate that label, but it's just being able to pick up and read on different frequencies, right? Whether it's lower frequencies, higher frequencies, just stuff that we can't see with stuff that we can't perceive of with our visible spectrum or with our perception spectrum as humans, right? There's a little more out there. But I challenge you to figure out what your own beliefs are. And this has been just a quick little energy update, or my version, my little explanation of what's been going on. and what's going on. Cut me off, okay? So I hope you have an amazing day. I want to hear your stories down below. What do you think about all this? What do you think about these concepts? You know, does this resonate with you? Does this not resonate with you? What do you think? Why do you think Earth is so crazy right now, right? Or are you one of those people that aren't even perceiving Earth right now as being weird? You're like, what are you talking about? Well, Earth is freaking out right now? I don't know. What's your perception? Because, you know, there's two kinds of people. Namaste.